And we are live. Hi, everybody.
Yay! Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I hope everyone is having a great weekend, had a wonderful Valentine's Day, and is just getting some rest and relaxation today.
I am. We had beautiful sunshine and warmth. We got a taste of spring like Friday and into yesterday. Spent a lot of time outside. And today it's very cold and dreary. So staying warm inside and cozy.
It was like the opposite here in Texas. So yesterday was kind of like rainy. It was pouring. It was kind of cold. And this morning the sun came out. It's really windy here, but it's like beautiful. It's so like the sun's out and it's just like a dawn of a new day. So it's
Well,
beautiful.
that sounds like a taste of spring, windy and
It's sunny.
sun coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I know I keep harping on the astrology, but there's such big things going on right now. So I think it would be great. I know we've discussed if we look at this is the last couple of days of the year of the snake. So it's the last time to shed everything that we no longer want that's weighing us down so that when the fire horse comes we can like really start going and moving fast and creating what we want. And then also there's a solar eclipse on this Tuesday the 17th as well, and that is a perfect time to like set your intentions for what you want to sow in the next coming months. I'm not an astrologer. I'm just tuning into it because I'm feeling the energies and I'm getting some verbal information. But if we set the seeds for what we want to grow, a lot of that's going to be coming to fruition in the summer, like July timeframe.
Yeah, I am so excited for the energies that are coming forward and like all of the things that are ushering in. And as we're doing it, we're leaving behind all of this. It just seems like years and years worth of stuff. So it's like we're finally letting go of all the heaviness that we're carrying, the collective, all of this stuff, and then we're ushering into action to like this beautiful firing energy. Kind of when you think of a horse, you think of like um, first I think of like stamina as like strength and confidence, and then it's like moving it forward and how can I build those foundations to create the life that I desire? How can I build those foundations to embody my soul's highest light on here? You know, how can I create those ripple effects to the collective? But I do want to mention that Julie is on here. So hi,
Oh,
Julie.
yay.
Yeah, we will be getting to card reading soon. Our intention here is to kind of talk about the fire horse energy that's starting on Tuesday. It's like this big transitional um, phase and period. And so that's kind of what we're tapping into. So thank you so much for being here. We're very grateful.
Welcome, Julie.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I hear you. It's like it's not just the year of the snake, like 1 year. It's like years. It's been years of patterns. The 9 year cycle is ending and we're starting a new cycle of 1 year again. So there's a lot of stuff and a lot of changes. And I'm excited about where we can go.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like I did feel like whenever 2025 was ending and 2026 came, it was like almost like a period right after Christmas into the beginning of January. And it was like this weird transitional phase of like all this heavy denseness that we're carrying and all the things that we're letting go, like we're creating space for that. And then in January, I felt like, okay, the energy lightened up and we're creating space for this transition. And now I feel like with February and going into it, it's like, we have the direction, we have the drive, you know, we have all of this and like forward momentum coming through. And it's like, so whatever's in that way of that, we're clearing whatever's in the way of us standing in our power. A lot of times, like for me, it was like, where can I stand more in my power to have more sovereignty, to have more energy, to get the things that I want to have done, to let cut my losses and the drains of relationships and
Yeah.
wasteful times, just so I can, you know, really strengthen my energy field to use that energy to go forward with my creative projects, with my soul's passion, like whatever I would like to do. And so I think that that period right there is to show me like what I'm ready to release. And the period now is like, Okay, now I'm calling back my power. I'm standing in my ground. I'm standing, and I always call peaceful warrior, but it's like I'm no longer allowing drains or certain things to come in because I do feel such a drive. Same with the collective, to utilize my energy doing things that bring joy, love, passion, instead of things that feel arduous and heavy and I just don't want to take with me anymore. And so I feel like that's the transition that we are feeling on a
Yeah.
personal level, but also on like a collective. And that's why all this shit is hitting the fan in the United States. All this
Yeah.
shit is hitting the fan in the world. There's
Yeah.
war. There's all this hoopla, but that is more of a distraction. But it's also bringing things up to clear. So therefore, we all have a lot more space, time, the drains, like everything's coming to light. So therefore, it can be transformed. So therefore, we are all in our soul's passion. We're all making these huge ripple effects that are like leading the collective forward. And I feel like a lot of it is waking up other people around us. And that's going to be, it's going to be a little chaotic. And that's the fire horse inspires transformation. So it's like, we just want to be ushering in a whole new era. That's how it feels.
Yes, perfect. And it brought something else to mind with the horse. A horse has a huge heart. They've actually done measurements in electromagnetic field of our hearts. When we're in love, our electromagnetic field can encompass our whole being. If we're in fear, it actually shrinks to like smaller than our body. And a horse, I forget how big it is, but like the horse's electromagnetic field, their love, they can encompass like a whole bunch of people. And if we can vision that opening up our hearts and spreading love in the world, like how and the fire horse goes galloping and there's lots of horses, can you imagine like the spread of love around the world? So I love that image.
Wow, I like felt that and like it instantly helped me shift my own energy. And I think that that goes to say is like the ripple effects of like the heart opening, the expansion, the horse. Like I know I did some volunteer work around horses. And the first few times I did that, when I left, I cried because my emotional body, it was so beautiful. They hold such a beautiful healing energy. And so like I completely agree with that. Like as we're all doing the work and dropping the drains and all this stuff's coming up to be transformed, we're making those ripple effects with our hearts. And as we're doing that, we're just helping to illuminate other people and their hearts can open. It's just going to be a big, beautiful wave of love. But also that also comes with that balance of transformation, the density coming up, all of the, acknowledging where we need to call back our power, what's in the way of that. And so it's like, I feel like on the other side of that, meet yourself with grace. If there's patterns, programs, people, relationships. I know the past week I had a lot of triggers. I was triggered. I was sitting there talking to my guides like,
Yeah.
I have all these past wounds coming up. I'm triggered. At some point I'm like sitting there having this conversation, but it's instead of like being too hard on myself, have grace with myself. Okay, I'm triggered. Okay, so now it's time to do the healing. Okay, this person got a little feisty. So what is needing to be adjusted? So it's like, as this energy comes in and things are getting shifted at a high level and our hearts are opening, it's also like leading the pathway to, okay, the action steps for the work, the healing. And it doesn't have to be arduous. It doesn't have to be like a long journey, but it has to be like have that accountability and then take the action steps to heal or to, come to like center for yourself, which is like the sovereignty, the calling back your power, being in your heart and meeting yourself with grace. So.
Yes, perfect. Yep. So it's the last stuff we're shedding. The snake, the last shedding. Let's do it. Um, does anybody want to pull a card right now, or we can go
Yeah.
into like collective
Yeah, I was going to pull
card
Julie
reading?
one since she's on, and then we can do like a collective reading as well. So, Julie, if you would like a card, I would love to pull one for you. I don't know how I keep seeing me like going in and out, but I'm pulling from the Moonology Messages Moon Deck by Yasmin Boland. And I'll kind of just ground and tap into Julie's energy and her guides and angels to ask for a message. She said yes, please, thank you. Okay. So I'm going to tap into your field with your permission for your highest and best good, calling in your guides and angels for a message for you now. I saw the color yellow, and you got the law of attraction. And I just see like a lot of the yellow, and it says moon mastery. And you see like these beautiful women dancing around, and also on the back of that was strength. And so I feel like this is like a balance of giving and receiving. And I do feel like that there's a part of you that feels almost like it's you're nervous to receive, or what if you were to receive at this level because of certain things that might have happened in the past, or just having that like spotlight on you. And what they're saying is you have the strength to receive exactly what you desire and then some. You see like this beautiful sun right here. It's like you radiating out. And then now I'm seeing like it's like that balance of the moon and the sun, but so you can receive the law of attraction, so you can receive even more. It's like setting those intentions and then expanding on it, setting and then letting go of like what I saw was the solar plexus, that yellow, which is it could be like that beautiful sun, but also it's like letting go so that you can receive exactly what you are creating and then some. So it seems like it's like a beautiful message of strength, but also your ability to create and manifest exactly what you desire. And I love how they're both coming out at the same time, because it means like that's in your energy field. This is what you're creating. Like this is coming to fruition. And what they're also saying is like, congratulate yourself, congratulate yourself for the little wins, like congratulate yourself for the big wins, and that's really going to keep you going. Like, look at all that I'm doing, this strength that I'm possessing, and continue to create those desires, and setting those intentions, because it's coming to fruition. And so that's the message that I have for you.
I felt when I tuned in, I felt a beautiful energy. It was just beautiful. It was interesting. It felt like something was shifting, like back and forth, like shifting and moving out, but it's beautiful. But I have been feeling like tension, neck, shoulders, and back, like just some some things from the past that are creating some tension that are ready to be released. So like Kristin's guided message, I think it'll be really helpful to help release that. And also I'm feeling like shoulders, back, and just taking nice deep breaths are a good way to help move that energy out.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm sorry if there was noise in the background. My son was walking around, so I tried to mute my mic. I'm so sorry.
Your face was funny.
I was like, can you do that in a second? And then he just walked around. Sorry. That was a beautiful message. I didn't mean to take away from the message.
Oh, no, you didn't take away from it. That was interesting. I think that was trying to highlight or shift the energy. That's fine.
Yeah, but no, I agree, Julie. It just seems like you got this deep breathing, really breathing, moving out the energy of like anxiety, nervousness, spend time outside grounding, and just keep setting those intentions, because you have the strength you possess to create whatever you desire, and just keep going at it. So I send you so much love. So much love.
Beautiful.
So we can get into, I'm going to disconnect from her energy, send her back her energy, bless and transmute, calling back mine. And then we can get into a collective if you want to do like 3 cards for the collective.
Yeah. So like what does the collective need to let go of in order to enter so the fire horse, be ready for the fire horse, and then what kind of energy do we want to set for the eclipse? I think would be perfect intention.
Okay, I set the intention. What is anybody that's going to be watching, what is a message for them to help them let go so that they can receive, and to clear the pathway forward for the fire horse? Sort of kind of sticky cards. Like, I feel like there's a lot of energy, and I think that that's a message within itself. Is whatever patterns you're working on, there might be a little bit of stickiness around that, like almost resistance. I feel like that there is a little bit of resistance on maybe changes that are coming through, or changes that you're being called to make. And so what action step that you can do to help you through this transitional time, what I got was drawing down the moon knowledge. And we actually picked this card before we went live, but I feel like getting more clear on your intentions, getting more clear on the things that are going on in your reality. And it's more about giving your time and space to be still, meditate, what's going on, what patterns are showing up. You know, if I'm feeling these denser emotions, what do I need to do? Is there resistance on understanding the things that are going on in my reality? And then gaining the wisdom from that, connecting to your higher self, ask your guides and angels to kind of help you ground, clear your field, you know, do all of these things. And then what we got is moonflower, take a risk. And so it's like after you cleared the stickiness, after you got the knowledge, okay, so it's like, what action step are you going to take next? And a lot of that is facing the fear head on. I almost see it like a bull, you know, facing the bull head on, like doing the action steps that can really help to get you to the next level you on this journey, which is just facing the fear, getting clear on the patterns or the certain dreams that are going on. Where are you giving away your power? What is being presented to you at this now moment for you to take a deeper look into? And if you're having resistance, take the action steps to find out the why. And once you do that, I got changes. And you see how it's like, it was like a dark, little bit lighter, and it brightens up. And it was like quicksilver moon changes, and you got the swan, you got all this beautiful energy here. She was like basking in her strength and love, like, yeah, I'm confident, I'm loved, I have exactly what it takes to go forward. And it's not even like you're confident to go forward, it's like you know the next step, so you're just doing it with flow, you're doing it with ease, you're allowing yourself to just usher in at a high rate, but also without such a struggle or the emotional baggage or all the stuff behind you. And as you're doing it, it's saying stay in integrity. And what I feel like with the stay in integrity with the changes is drop into your heart, you know, and they're almost like reminding me to, like, last week when I was getting triggered, it's like sometimes there's, when you're on these major changes and you got the wisdom on like how you're going to let go of the drains, of the changes that you're going to make, there are going to be a little bit of things that might be triggersome. There are going to be some people that might project certain things at you because you chose a higher way. And so it's like, as you do that, drop into your heart, and then you're staying in integrity by utilizing your voice. You're sitting in your heart. You are, you're utilizing your tools. And when I say tools, sometimes if you have to have a difficult conversation, do it outside, clear the energy charge before you have that conversation, call in your guides and angels, like light some sage. Like, these are all small things that could really help you with these changes. But know that each time that you choose to drop into your heart when you're having a conversation, each time you choose to stay in integrity with yourself and not accept anything that's less than what you desire, that's when you're taking that risk of facing these fears. That's when you're not accepting the things that no longer resonate with you. And it's like, you might get tested, like the universe is going to try to give you even more than you desire, but you might be offered something a little bit that is not in your integrity. So how are you going to overcome those obstacles? It's just be open to the changes and drop into your heart, call upon Archangel Michael, your guides and angels, step outside, and then have grace with yourself. And I know we were kind of talking about that earlier, so I feel like it kind of all ties into the previous, what we were talking about in the beginning. So those are the messages that I have.
Okay, beautiful. I felt beautiful energy coming down from God, source above, just raining down. But it was interesting. Kristin, you were talking about stickiness. There was something like from the top left shoulder down, like through the heart, down to the right hip. Below that, that's where kind of like that stickiness was, the resistance was. So it was interesting you were talking about dropping down into your heart, because that's just kind of below that. And on the feminine side and the lower chakras, I think that's where kind of that resistance was. But you drop down into your heart and choose love over fear, then that, as you were talking, all that energy was kind of clearing up below it. And then near the end, when you were talking about talking and like charging with, said release the charge before you have difficult conversations, and then you were talking more about grace. It was interesting. I felt like this pain on the right side of my throat, like there's definitely some masculine energy of the throat and speaking that's being released in there. But that feels really good now.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I love how you're channeling in that. And I did feel that too. And so I love how we pull the cards and you channel that, because I do feel like that there was a little stickiness, and the more that we, drop into our heart and allow it to clear, it's like it's just flushing through us. And I feel like kind of going back into the transition, into the fire horse, it's like that's where the transition is, and that's where like the forward momentum can come in, because you don't have that resistance anymore. You have space in your body, and so you're allowing it to flow through you. So I just absolutely love that. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. I love how we're able to like both tune into the same energy. You're like a little more yang, the fire energy, even though I'm Aries. My sun sign is actually a fire sign, but I've got Pisces water sign, and I got a Capricorn earth sign to tend the temperate. But I've got more of that kind of yin, slower energy. So it's like we can tap into it from both
Yeah, I
sides.
love it. So, well, thank you so much, Julie, for joining. We are going to be going live every Sunday. We do it at various times. So we'll keep you posted. And I would love, if anyone was watching this replay, you can comment below. We would love to hear any comments from you on how you resonate with the readings or what you would like to see in the future. If you have a comment of something that you would like us to tap into next week, we would love to tap into it for you. So just comment below. And we hope you guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.